Started by a passionate group of community members, Let's Talk was formed to address the disproportionate number of students of color being suspended or referred to the juvenile justice system within schools. Through mediations and talking circles, Let's Talk uses restorative justice practices that empower youth to resolve conflicts peacefully and constructively, creating a culture of respect and inclusion with the ultimate goal of reducing disproportionality and disrupting the school-to-prison pipeline.
Mediation is where two of the adults from the community come into the room with 2 to 4 children. These children are usually in conflict. We don't like to know what their conflict is before it happens, before we come into the room, because we want them to be able to tell us from their point of view.
Mediations are amazing. I get very excited because it gives our young people an opportunity to show what they can truly do. What I've seen in our mediations that the kids actually surprise themselves a lot of times because they didn't realize they were able to come to an agreement without the help of an adult butting in.
The reason that this is important for our children is we need to let them know that they are valuable, that they are intelligent enough to work through their own issues, that they always don't have to be told what to do or how to do it. Many times these kids just need to know how to work out their conflicts. And if they can work them out in school, then that goes home to their families. You know, it helps them in their neighborhood, it helps them with their parents and with their siblings.
Out-of-school suspensions create a record. Our goal is to stop the school-to-prison pipeline. When they use the mediations as opposed to the referrals and out-of-school suspensions, the kids, 1, aren't missing out on education because they're still in the building. 2, they're able to see that what they were fighting about typically isn't as big as what they thought it was.
In mediation, you're mainly discussing the conflict. How do we resolve this conflict? Where in a circle, you're building community and you are bringing people into a connection. Just the fact that they all have an equal voice, they're all looking at each other, and they come away feeling more connected.
Well, firstly, you have this thing called the talking piece. The talking piece allows people to hold the power at that time to speak.
You start out with kind of low ball questions, things that aren't threatening, that just get them used to the pattern of passing the talking piece, understanding that one person talks at a time, that we don't interrupt and talk over each other. And then as they get more comfortable with the rhythm of the circle, then you can start asking questions that have a little more depth.
Many times in the circle, what we talk about are values, what things are challenging for young people when it comes to conflict resolution, like the anger. We talk about how anger is a secondary emotion. You're not just angry, you're angry because you're embarrassed or you're frustrated and you act on that particular feeling.
But the circle slows things down and you really hear people hear each other in a way that they don't normally.
It really is powerful when somebody is listening to listen and not listening to respond. The feelings start being transferred and then people start being transformed. It is absolutely fantastic to watch that take place.
Kids have conflicts. Our world has conflicts. We have conflicts every day. So any opportunity that we can give kids to sit in a circle and work that out with the help of others is of value to them. They have to learn how to do that because conflict doesn't go away.
As adults, we all face obstacles, we all face problems, and we need to be able to find a way to work them out. The resolution isn't just going to be handed to us. We're going to have to work our way through it and figure out what a better way to respond is next time.
I recall one particular situation where I had 2 students go through the Let's Talk program. And afterwards, they came to an agreement, and then a couple weeks later, they kind of blossomed into a friendship, and that was really neat to see.
If mediations were not offered at our school, some of the long-term outcomes could potentially be prison. If we don't teach our students the appropriate behaviors, what may that lead to in the future? A lot of times if we're getting to the point where students are getting in a lot of fights or arguments, it may lead to suspension, and research shows that students are more likely to be imprisoned if they are suspended.
Let's Talk is available. Teachers aren't always available. Administrators aren't always available. They are an outside voice coming in, so nobody's taking sides. A lot of times when we use Let's Talk, we use them in a more critical conflict.
Let's Talk has helped our teachers quite a bit, not only through the mediations and responding to the situations that have already occurred, but we also are in the process of teaching our teachers how to do restorative circles. And Let's Talk has come in and worked with every one of our students and has worked with every one of our teachers on how a circle is run, what that looks like, what that sounds like, what everybody's role is.
As educators, we're always looking for additional resources so that we can support our students. And it's hard to find programs that actually work within Des Moines Public Schools and within the community. This program has been extremely beneficial for our students and has helped our students at school and at home and for tomorrow. I believe that Let's Talk program has an impact beyond the walls of the building.
Join us in transforming kids that will transform our communities.